every form of police that is imaginable and security forces for this area. And we'll take you back now to Mel, who's right on the ground to tell you what's been going on.
On 7 News tonight, terror in Sydney. City streets still in lockdown as at least one Islamic gunman terrorises up to 30 hostages in the Lint Cafe, right in front of Channel 7. There's some hope as some hostages get out safely.
Hostage out, hostage out.
But the threat remains as the hours pass. On the day the nightmare of terror came true, a special edition of 7 News starts now. Good evening from Elizabeth Street in the centre of Sydney on a day of terror, the likes of which we have never seen. At this moment, anything up to 30 people behind me are entering their 9th hour as hostages in the Lint Cafe. 5 got out this afternoon. It is unclear if they escaped or they were released. It all started unfolding across Martin Place, right in front of Channel 7 this morning. Now, we have decided not to show you the faces of the hostages, their hands up against the windows, as hundreds of people were evacuated from buildings, including our entire newsroom. We have extensive, in-depth coverage this evening with reporters across the city in an extended bulletin, as terror and evil showed its face.
After a terrifying 8-hour ordeal, Chris Reason, 7 News.
Now, right now, 7 News correspondent Chris Reason is back inside our mostly evacuated Martin Place News Centre and is the closest reporter to the siege. Chris, what can you see from where you are?
Well, Mel, from up here on the 4th floor of the 7 newsroom, let's start with what we can see of the gunman. He has been clearly identifiable through these last few hours as he paces his way back and forth in front of the 4 plate glass windows at Lint Cafe.
OK, that is certainly all right. Chris, thank you very, very much. And as Chris Reason mentioned, a very, very busy spot with a lot of officers looking down into Martin Place nearby that Lint Cafe. Glenn Connolly has been keeping watch from another vantage point at Sydney Hospital, which is at the other end of Martin Place. And Glenn, you've got some extraordinary pictures from your location. What have you been seeing?
Mel, at one point between about 11 o'clock and midday, our camera was trained on the front door of the Lint Cafe, and we had quite a long lens on the camera. We were able to see right in, and what we saw was nothing short of terrifying.
Look, Glenn, they're the only ones that we care about today in this situation. Those hostages inside, they do not know what is happening, and their families and their loved ones are watching and waiting. So, Glenn, thank you very much for bringing us that update. And as I say, we're just concerned for those hostages inside. You are watching a special edition of 7 News at 6. Still to come, how the city locked down, how quickly it all happened, and the ripple effect on the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. Plus, President Obama and world leaders react to our hostage situation. Sydney's CBD tonight as we keep a close eye on that hostage situation unfolding in Martin Place, directly opposite the 7 studios. Hence, we have been evacuated from our building, and I am bringing you our news tonight live out in the street. We are literally just a few hundred metres from where the situation is unfolding, and been keeping a close eye of the ripple effect right throughout the city today, the fear, the traffic chaos, and what is unfolding tonight. That they are all in there. So thank you, Chris. We will talk to you again very, very shortly, because you are watching a special edition of 7 News. When we come back, the Sydney siege, it's affecting everybody strongly. We will tell you the best way to cope. Plus, inside the hostages' minds, our health editor on what they're thinking right now. That's next.
And right now it's 23 degrees. Fine and sunny around the suburbs as well, with temperatures in the mid to high 20s. Penrith was the warmest spot, 31 degrees. Closer to the coast, a northeasterly sea breeze kept conditions a little cooler. If we take a look at the satellite now, the skies are looking mostly clear over New South Wales, but it is starting to heat up in the state's west. Tomorrow, that front you can see will push warm northerly winds across New South Wales. So we are in for hot, dry and very windy weather. A total fire ban has been issued for much of inland New South Wales tomorrow. Interstate, it'll be warm in Canberra and Melbourne with just a brief shower around. Hobart, mild conditions with a few showers. 31 the top in Brisbane, and look at that, a scorching 42 degrees in Alice Springs tomorrow. A strong wind warning has been issued for Sydney's coast. The northeasterly winds will reach 30 knots later in the day or possibly into the evening. Now for Sydney, it's staying dry tonight. We are in for a warmer day tomorrow. 28 degrees the top in the city after a low of 19 degrees. Fine and partly cloudy around the suburbs and much warmer in our west. 37 degrees in Penrith and Richmond tomorrow. 35 at Campbelltown and Liverpool. 29 in Cronulla and Bondi. There is just the very low chance of a brief shower during the day, but it should stay mostly dry. Now let's take a look ahead. Fine and mostly sunny on Wednesday. 25 degrees the top. Thursday, mostly fine, but there is the chance of an afternoon shower developing near our coast. Friday will clear up again, 24 and sunny. A few isolated showers on the weekend. In our west, similar conditions. Sunny on Wednesday, 29, partly cloudy on Thursday. So a bit of a mixed bag there, Mel.
Well, that is 7 News to this moment. We will have updates right throughout the evening. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of those hostages. I'm Melissa Doyle. Good night.
Well,